Hello everyone, I'm Joshua.
And I'm Abe.
I'm Amanda.
I'm Jay.
And I'm Josh too.
Hello everyone, Joshua Myers here, and today I'm going to be reviewing Fantasia 2000 from 2000.
Get ready for an experience so big, you can only see it in IMAX theaters. Walt Disney Pictures presents Fantasia as you've never seen it before. With 7 all-new segments and 1 classic favorite. Walt Disney Pictures Fantasia 2000, the IMAX experience. Rated G. Now playing in IMAX theaters worldwide.
Fantasia 2000 stars Steve Martin, Quincy Jones, Edie Midler, James Earl Jones, and it's directed by Eric Goldberg. The plot of Fantasia 2000 is that it continues the vision in a creative blend of classical music and the latest animated imagery, featuring the Sorcerer's Apprentice and 7 new sequences. See whales soar through the clouds and into space in Pines of Rome. Laugh with a flock of flamingos as they try to persuade one of their own to behave in the Carnival of the Animals. Urge on Donald Duck as Noah's assistant, trying to get the animals into the Ark in pomp and circumstance. And root for 4 1930s New Yorkers wishing for a better life in Rhapsody in Blue, with technological tools and innovation that blends traditional animation with a modern flair. So yeah, basically all this is just, again, a sequel to Fantasia, and they do a lot of the same stuff again. One of my positives with Fantasia 2000, honestly for me, my biggest positive is some of the actual musical sequences, actually. My favorites actually would have to be Pines of Rome with the whales in that, like the flying whales. That was pretty awesome. Another one I liked is one they did not like. One I don't remember the name for, but it's another one I did like, at least as far as the new segments, is, well, as far as the new segments I like the Pines of Rome with the flying whales. I also like the very last one they showed, which involved this sprite in that, and a deer, and just stuff with the forest and that. That was really beautiful stuff, actually. Animation-wise, and, you know, the rest of it. And of course we got sequences coming back, like the Sorcerer's Apprentice on repeat. And that's still good. I still really like the Sorcerer's Apprentice, which was one of my favorites in the first Fantasia, so I thought it was great that they brought it back. And this is not positive, but I would like to mention that they did, brought in some celebrity cameos in this, for the in-between segments when they're about to announce what segment it is. Like what the music in that, or the short, or whatever, and some of them do bring some dignity to it, like James Earl Jones, which he's in it, and I think he does bring some dignity and class to it. And that's it, really, for positives on that. Now here's the thing, none of the short sequences with music in that are awful. It's not like there was anyone I went, man, that fucking sucked, you know? Or I was slapping my head or anything like that. Even the ones I thought weren't really that great, I didn't thought they were awful either. Which again, I'll get to my negatives. Also, some of the animation in this is pretty beautiful still. Like, again, with my 2 favorites in there, those are probably the best showcases of animation in this movie. In fact, in the one with the sprite, it seemed like they even used some new stuff, too. To me, that sprite looked very anime-ish. And I think they did a good job with capturing the anime style. Also, there's some, like, with the Pines of Rome with the whales. I really did dug the animation style. They seem to blend, not really blend CG, really, but it's like, for the most part, it's like they traced 2D animation with 3D animation, kind of like what you saw with Disney Pixar's The Incredibles and that, which is what they normally do. So, and I think they did that really good. There's times where they use actual CG for it, and I think they blended in really well, actually. What are my negatives with Fantasia 2000? Honestly, for me, if there's one negative I would have, well, I have two technically. It's that, for one, the cameos, the celebrity cameos. Some of them are just painful to watch. Either they're given really crappy jokes, like really shitty jokes and puns, to say to the camera. And while other times they tried to talk down to the audience. So yeah, that stuff was really painful, and I felt like this film could have done without the celebrity cameos, to be honest. I mean, again, some of them do bring some dignity to it, like James Earl Jones, but even then, it's like, because James Earl Jones opened the segment with the, Flamingo segment, and he's like, he first is given, like, a script to read, which I honestly think probably was the real script for him to read at first. Like, the real script. And he's talking about how majestic it is and that. Like, seriously, I really think that was a real part of the script he was reading, and then they decided to change it at the last minute and gave him the, quote-unquote, real script. And was like, oh, really? We're doing this? Fuck this shit. Seriously. And plus, let me talk about the segment he was hosting, introducing. And that's the one with the flamingos, and one especially because this bugs me. It's like, it's a flamingo with a yo-yo. Think about that. A flamingo with a yo-yo in a Fantasia movie. Now, not to say the segment is bad. I think it's also a cute little segment in that. Nicely animated in that, but really in the Fantasia movie? I could see it something like Animaniacs or something like that, but Fantasia? To me, it just doesn't strike as Fantasia worthy. Or maybe if it was like a Disney short film or something like that. Just... But really, in a Fantasia movie? I don't think so. And then I will say, I forgot one more thing to complain about. There is one which is the very first segment, and it's meant to be abstract, like music put to abstract art, but at the same time, it's almost trying to tell, a cohesive story, about this, mother butterfly and, its, offspring, and they're trying to get away from these black, evil butterflies. And it's trying to be both abstract and tell a cohesive story, and it just does not work. Be one or the other. In this case, I would say. So with that said, I'm going to give Fantasia 2000 a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Honestly, I do really like the segments are really good. I really dug some of the segments. Again, my two favorites being the one with the flying whales and the one with the sprite. Those are my absolute favorites in this. And of course, they replayed The Sorcerer's Apprentice, which was a favorite of mine in the first Fantasia. But, the other ones are actually pretty good for the most part. Again, aside from, the confusing nature of the first segment, and, it's still good, but, it's confused. And then the one with the flamingo with the yo-yo segment, it's still good, but it doesn't feel Fantasia worthy. And knowing that the painful celebrity cameos for the most part, it's really painful. Seriously, when I saw them, I was like, ugh. Seriously. I was slapping myself on the head with that. But other than that, this is, for the most part, a watchable movie, aside from the painful, celebrity cameos that I felt like had no place to exist in this movie. other than that, you could watch it fine. I think especially your kids could watch it fine. And I will say for me, if there's a Disney, like with them, how they did the Disney sequels and the Disney remakes, if there's one Disney sequel I think could be done and actually improve upon the mistakes of the previous film, it's another Fantasia. Yeah, I would welcome another Fantasia movie, especially if they, improve upon learn from the mistakes of Fantasia 2000. I heard supposedly Disney is wanting to do, I think, a Disney Plus exclusive live-action remake adaptation of the segment from the first Fantasia, Night on Bald Mountain with the devil. And I'm like, why Disney? Why do you do this to me? I got nothing else to say about that. Other than just, fuck it. Now here's something good that Night on Bald Mountain live action adaptation could be good. Yeah, could be. But the records show for me most of the time with the Disney live action remakes, not good, not good results for the most part. So that's it for this review. Thank you guys for watching and see you next time.